Okay, and we're back, and now I'm going to go into the specifics of the four characters I mentioned. Now, I put up in another video that if I had to make a tier list, this would be my tier list, and it would be divided into the best heroes for each lane. And the best hero for lane 1 is Chenny, the best hero for lane 2 is Serenity, the best hero for lane 3 is Kai, and the best hero for lane 4 is Bearman. This is, I think, a pretty solid arrangement of the characters mentioned, and I don't really feel that there's any characters that are out right now that fit those roles any better. Unless there's a couple of the blue gene heroes that I haven't been able to experiment with. I'm really thinking that Lance would be a fantastic slot 3 or a slot 4. He might even be a really good slot 2, but for the most part I like to keep the tankier heroes in the slot 3 and 4 range because they're the ones that are likely to be attacked the most. Also, he does have a passive aggro, so even as a balanced hero, he can be a tank. The only downside to Lancer Alex, sorry if I said Lance before, the only downside to Lancer Alex is that as a balanced type, he won't be able to equip things like Eldrika's Trinity, which I think Eldrika's Trinity is like the most broken piece of equipment in the game. It is so powerful of an effect. It should be SSSS instead of just SS. It should just be, like, the description should read that you can't get it because it's too good. That's how good it is. Anyway, I'm going to be going into these characters and we're going to be exploring what best suits them. Now, the reason I have Chenny in the one spot is generally I think the strongest hero that you don't want to get to get attacked goes first. And just with her skills, her passive screams "let me go first." It's when you have 100% HP, Chinese attack increases by 23%. That's pretty damn awesome. Just straight up, you have a 23% buff to attack. So I think she's the ideal character to get different battle suit sets. I have her built right now more for Dimensional Breakthrough. I've got the Last Man Standing sets on her. I've got both of them, the Tiger and the Desperado sets, I think they're called. Just let me check that. Wilderness Desperado, yeah. I don't have the full sets as you noticed, but I'm just not that lucky. But I have a decent mix here. I have sword, bow, sword, mace. Now, the maces generally have the highest attack, the swords have the highest hit rate, and the bows have the highest crit rate. So I've got a good spread all the way across with Chenny because I'm trying to cover a wide range of things with her. I don't want her to miss, so I need a few swords. I want her to crit all the time, and the maces, this is just mostly equipped because it's the set that I need to do my Dimensional Breakthrough solos, but the maces do have the highest flat rate attack, which is it's not as beneficial stat-wise as having the extra crit, because that's generally going to transfer into more damage in the long run, but it's still pretty nice to have a good set of guaranteed damage you can count on. Now looking at the gear pieces, I believe the hat for the Desperado set is a boot. Yeah. Alright, so I have the two boots, 2 chest pieces, and a shield. The only reason I think I have a shield equip actually is because of the potentials on it. Yeah, there was really good potentials on this, so the potentials trumps your choice for equipment, your preferred choice. If you have really good set potentials, it's hard to come by those, especially if you're trying to gear up a ton of characters. It's very impractical to go for the perfect everything, and you could reset the potential on something 20 times and just waste all your potions and not have anything. Down in accessories, I think, again, I have a pretty good balance. Here's HP defense. Here is HP defense. Also, maybe not such a good balance. Attack mastery, I believe. Alright, attack mastery. Is this ring? No, HP defense. Wow, you know what? Sets are really pushing HP defense, which is perfectly fine. I think my Chenny has like maybe a 40% defense rate. Yeah, just under 40%, so that's over 4,000 defense. I really wish that this screen wouldn't glitch out like this. They should probably fix that. Yeah, 4,300 defense. That's nice. All around, Chenny's a pretty balanced hero. She's got great stats, and the way that you're going to want to build her is not too committed to one thing at a time. If you really want to just stack crit and give yourself a 70% crit rate Chenny, that's perfectly fine, but a third of the time you're not going to be able to put up the consistent damage as somebody who's got a more balanced set. Chenny does a
enough damage just with her passive, as well as her third skill, which ignores 2,000 defense. Ignoring defense is an amazing mechanic. It is so overpowered. Even this small amount of defense ignore isn't that amazing, but it still does. Like even after the set effects wear off for my Chenny, she can still hit in the 60 to 70k range on half the heroes that I run into in PvP, which is fantastic. Very consistent at just one-shotting characters. She's extremely powerful. Now Kai's ignore armor actually I believe ignores 40% armor, not 4,200 defense. The way that it's written in the brackets for his skill here, and in green letters, gives me some questions. Also on the Rock Cuckoo dungeon, where the mobs have 115,000 defense, and that turns into 90% defense. My Kai still hits for half of his damage with his third skill, which makes me think that he's hitting them at 50% defense and they're losing 40% of the 90. It'd be nice if somebody could do some experimenting with this and see if they can confirm this with the Rock Dungeon on their own end, and maybe post it in the comments down below, because I don't want to be the only one saying these crazy wild theories by myself. But back to Chenny real quick. Her skills are pretty amazing. Even her first skill is pretty fantastic against other scissor characters. Though I find that Chenny has tons of mana, so she really can just keep spamming her third skill. So with this, you're going to want to have a good balance of defense, dodge, crit rate, and hit rate. And you're just going to want to kind of mix things in. You don't have to stack one thing or another. It's not bad or good if you do. It's just if you stack all crit and for some reason you can't hit somebody who's got a ghost set equipped, well, that's your own damn fault. All right, going to move on to Kai. Now, Kai, my Kai's hit rate is fairly low. His crit rate is decently good. Critting a third of the time is fantastic. Now, Kai's stats, for me, I stacked a lot of defense on him because he's not the most tanky hero in the world, which is weird because he's got a big great sword and all that, and he looks like your average warrior, should have some decent health and defense. Now, I've got some really good stuff on him, but the things that are going to hurt Kai the most are his mana pool and his hit rate. So you should not have to worry too much about damage with Kai. If you look at my Kai's attack, 21,000, 26,000 attack Chenny. Let's look at the other characters. Almost 25,000 attack Serendi, and even Bearman has 25,000 attack, but that's because his health is so high. He's got 95,000 health, and he gets sweet bonuses from the increased attack by HP percent. But even with way less attack than all my other characters, Kai easily does double the damage of everybody in my party. His skill that ignores armor is way too overpowered in a way that I'm so happy about. So I don't give a damn. Next on, keep it the way it is. I'm loving it. But for him, you're gonna want to have I have one bow, and Kai's my backup character for Dimensional Breakthrough. If I just decide to let Chenny die and kill 3 people, and the fourth one comes and kills me, Kai's my backup go-to guy because he's got the ghost. He's got the beast strain, which will last 3 turns, which is forever in PvP, and he's got another gold tiger 2-piece set. But I've put almost all swords on him except for the one set, and then I think I got really good potentials on this. Yeah, it's an 8% damage, but this was just a really good weapon. Thinking maybe to switch it out for one of the other characters, but as you can see, I really don't have much but maces. I just didn't really get great things. Maybe I could raise another sword if I could find a decent sword, but I just don't know if I have any good pieces that are worth the risk of upgrading. Maybe this sword, if I can get a good orange or pink attack, but then I have to raise it to see if it was. So I don't want to waste my resources and my money on stuff like that. So it's just it's really hard to come by. Let's see who's got a sword and who's got a sword. This will be a really good one to put over there because Mu, for the most part, I really don't need. How much would it cost me? 95 to unequip that. Damn it, that would be very expensive. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is because if I ever get the third piece of this battlesuit set, then you get another 1200 hit rate, and that would be what I've taken off. I don't know what it would cost me to unequip this. Only 20. All right. I don't think it's worth 100 crystals to make Kai and maybe another 5-6% more accurate. But the only thing you're gonna have to worry with Kai. Now I've got all chess pieces, which is nice because chess pieces are what I feel to be the vanilla stats, the second highest HP. But with the defense they give, they basically should be considered to be the best defensive piece to equip. These give the best stats. All chess pieces on Kai, very important because he is squishy for some reason. If you can arrange this, this is what you're going for. You want the HP potentials on all of his pieces, of course, but if you can get defense, flat defense and defense increases, that couldn't hurt either. I've even kept this piece the way it is and haven't modified the potential anymore, even though I only have a green HP potential because I got a pink defense potential and I don't want to spend 2 every time to keep re-rolling stats. It's not like I obviously don't have any potions right now, but even if I had them, I wouldn't want to. Maybe I'll try again if they bring the Beast Rain sets around in Black Cap again, and I feel crazy enough to blow a bunch of money, but I don't really feel like spending any more money on this game. But with Kai, it's mostly hit rate that's the important stat for him because he does so much damage already. He could generally go around one-shotting a lot of the characters around your same gear score and level with relative ease. So you just want to make sure that he can't be dodged. And if you really want to stack damage and you're not finding that anybody's got any high dodge, then just put a bunch of maces on him. Just do whatever feels the most useful to you at the time. This is what I've found. And I've got a good mix of accessories. But like I said in my first video, the potentials that you are going to get on your gear, if you don't have the money to spend to keep re-rolling, buying gear, getting potions, by disenchanting, and re-rolling your stats all the time, your potentials, then I don't feel that it's worth it to look for these vanilla, like, this is the best equipment you can use. Stick with the best potentials you have because the potentials are going to give you more impactful results than hoping that you might get the better potentials on your gear later on once they're all maxed out. For Serenity, you know what? This video is going a little bit long. I'll do Serenity and Bearman in the next video. And if I have a little extra time, I'll go through my alts, Carrot and Chris. But I'm going to post this up for now, and I'll go into another one. I don't think I can finish everything else in 2 minutes. But I'll post another one right after this.